Hey, I'm back in Australia right now. It's been a long time. Well, actually, no, it hasn't really been a long time if you think about it. Because if you saw my last video, then you know that I actually came back here impromptu around February. So it's been about a couple of months. But this time I am in Melbourne right now. Actually, you can see outside my hotel right now. Yeah, look at all that traffic. But I'm here in Melbourne right now for DreamHack 2024. We came here last year, actually, to DreamHack, so we're back once again. So it's been exactly a year since I came back to Melbourne. You know, the usual panels and Q&As, all that kind of stuff. But two, or rather, I guess three things are a little bit different in this visit. One, we are filming a bunch of Trash Taste stuff that will hopefully be out sometime this year. Two, we are actually doing one of our live shows that we did on tour, but for DreamHack audiences. You know, we couldn't really do like an Asia tour this year for Trash Taste, so instead we decided, hey, you know what, we'll do a one-night show at Melbourne DreamHack, and that's going to start in about 2 hours or so, so I definitely have to get going after this video. But three, and more so the main topic of this video, as you've seen in the title and thumbnail, is that I got to be on national Australian TV for like 5 minutes. Yeah, so it all came very, very suddenly, to be honest, but I think it was like a day or two before we left Japan and came to Melbourne. One of my agents came up to me and was like, hey, we got this like interesting offer from you from this place called the ABC. Obviously, as an Australian, I knew very well what the ABC is. For those of you who don't know, it is the Australian Broadcasting Channel. I think that's what ABC stands for, right? Anyway, basically the ABC, or Channel 2, is a TV station here in Australia. Probably one of the most like prominent TV stations in Australia. I mean, there's a number of like kind of free to watch TV in Australia. You know, you have SBS and Channel 7 and Channel 9 and Channel 10, all that kind of stuff. But ABC is probably like, I'd say the most like respected. At least it had a lot of the shows that I kind of grew up watching, like you know, Spicks and Specks and Chase's War and Everything. I'm really dating myself by mentioning those shows. So yeah, I knew very well what the ABC was, and I got an offer from ABC that said, hey, there is like this morning news show that the ABC does, I guess every day, and they want you to be on one of their segments. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, what do they want to do with me? I'm just like a YouTuber who talks about like Japan and 10% of the time anime. And they're like, oh, well, you know, DreamHack is happening right now, so in order to promote that, they want to interview one of the people there, and since you're an Australian, it would just make sense for you to be on the Australian TV show. So I was like, yeah, you know what? Screw it. Yeah, let's try it out. And so just this morning, actually, I went to the ABC station here in Melbourne. First time ever going, and I went on to the morning news show. Jumped in really kind of suddenly and quickly because it is a live morning news show. Sat down with the two hosts and they interviewed me for about, I don't know, it was like less than 5 minutes, honestly. It was a bit of a blur for me because weirdly enough, I was like very nervous. I don't know why. Well, I mean, probably because I knew in the back of my head that this was going to be live broadcasted to an entire nation. Not just any nation, but a nation that I spent the first 21 years of my life being a part of. Not that I denounced being an Australian 8 years ago or anything like that, but you get what I mean. I was weirdly nervous about it, and you know, mostly because, again, I didn't know what they were going to ask me. I assumed they were going to ask me about like Trash Taste, which they did. They would ask me about, you know, my YouTube career, which they did. They asked me about DreamHack, which they did. And, you know, all in all, it worked out pretty well. The hosts were happy, the producer was happy, and after my segment, I was just kind of on my way because today has been a very, very busy day because, again, tonight we're going to be doing our live show. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to like give my experience of that. You know, basically I jumped in. As you can see from this footage, I got my makeup done, which I still have on my face and hair. And, you know, I've had makeup and hair done before, but I've never really enjoyed having makeup on my face. So, you know, girls who do this every day I have nothing but respect for you. And then, yeah, I took a picture with the hosts, and then, yeah, we just jumped in and did the segment. I felt I was very, very awkward, especially knowing the fact that my entire family was watching this on live TV, as well as I'm sure a lot of my friends were who live in Australia watching me be awkward as fuck on national live television. And I actually found out afterwards how I managed to even get this opportunity, I guess. It turns out that one of the people who came to our Maid Cafe that we did last year at DreamHack, if you guys haven't seen the Maid Cafe special, then just go check that out. One of the people who came to that Maid Cafe last year was a guy by the name of Matt, and he turns out works at the ABC. And I met up with him at the ABC. He came up to me and he's like, "Hey Joey, do you remember me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bro, of course I remember you. You were at the Maid Cafe. I interviewed you at the Maid Cafe." And he was, very happy about it. And he was like, "Yeah, so I was the one who actually recommended you to come onto the show." Matt, if you're watching this, bro, big thank you. That was a very, very cool experience. An experience I feel not a lot of people get to, I guess, do. And, it was interesting as well because when I mentioned that I was going to be on Australian TV on my social media, I saw a few people commenting being like, "But you're on YouTube all the time, and YouTube is so much of a bigger thing compared to TV. No one under the age of 50 even watches morning, TV anymore." Which, to some aspect, I kind of do agree with, obviously with the younger generation now, YouTube is so much more of, I guess, a pivotal entertainment format than say TV is or was. But I still think that it's just a cool opportunity. I wasn't trying to prove anything by being on national live TV. I just thought it was just a cool opportunity because, again, not a lot of people get to experience that, even if it is for less than 5 minutes like it was in my case. And admittedly, none of my family really watch morning TV shows and stuff like that. I certainly didn't or don't growing up, and I'm sure a lot of my friends also didn't and don't currently do that either. But I still think, again, it is just a really cool thing to do. Again, especially as someone who grew up in this country and grew up watching shows on ABC. It's just really cool to be hey, I was on TV. That's kind of dope, not gonna lie. So yeah, I know those people who were just commenting that kind of stuff were just doing it for the sake of rage baiting or whatever. I don't really care personally because, again, I got to experience something pretty cool, and I got to shout out Trash Taste and my own career as well. And even if that gets us 3 extra followers, that's still a plus. But yeah, that was basically just my experience of all of that. And thankfully, the people over at ABC actually managed to send me the footage of me being on TV. So, because I know a lot of you guys online were also asking yo, where can I see it? All that kind of stuff. So yeah, here you go. I am going to show you the entire segment of me being awkward as fuck on national Australian TV. I will play that to end the video, and hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Tens of thousands of gamers will converge on Melbourne this weekend for the gaming and lifestyle festival DreamHack. Many will crowd into Rod Laver Arena to glimpse the team behind the wildly popular Trash Taste podcast. One of them, Joey Bissinger, or the Anime Man, is an internet sensation in his own right, and we're very lucky that he joins us now in the studio. Hey Joey.
Hey Joey.
How's it going?
Good. Welcome back to Australia. Now, you were born in Sydney, right?
I was born in Sydney,
right.
Yeah.
And how long have you been living in Japan?
About 9 years now.
All right. What's it feel like coming home?
Oh, I don't know. It's very nostalgic, but also, I don't know, it's a very natural feeling.
Yeah,
yeah. I have to get used to hearing so many Australian accents again,
Do you, mate?
Do.
Must be hard on the ear.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, for people that haven't been to DreamHack, what's it like?
Oh, it is basically just a converging of just all the nerds and gamers and everything like that all across the country, just coming together, sharing a common passion, yeah.
Which is why Trash Taste is so popular there. For those who might not have heard of Trash Taste, tell us about it and how it all started.
So Trash Taste is a internet podcast show where me and 2 of my friends, we talk about anything and everything. As the name suggests, we have pretty bad takes on things, so it's a little bit self-ironic in that sense. But yeah, we've been doing it now for almost 4 years now.
Wow.
When
You
you-
do all these crazy challenges, including the ones we just saw there.
Yeah.
So tell us about those.
Yeah, so those are the Trash Taste specials. So basically it gives us an excuse to go out of the studio, go and experience an activity like kendo, for example.
Yep.
We recently released our Hawaii special where we went to Hawaii and raced across.
I saw a bit of that,
island.
yeah.
That was one of our most ambitious ones we've done, and very, very fun. So yeah, very thankful that we get to experience stuff like that, and people seem to enjoy it.
You speak a lot about anime. I think that's how you brought in like legions of fans who also wanted to go in depth about anime, the culture, the history behind it.
Yeah.
You've been watching it since you were little, is that right?
Yeah, so my mum is Japanese, so when I was growing up, I kind of had a half Australian, half Japanese childhood. So a lot of my entertainment in Japanese was things like anime. And yeah, so I've been kind of living with it my whole life. It's just a part of my life now, yeah.
You are so big. I mean, you're too humble to say so, Joey, but you have a massive, massive audience into the millions. So on that basis, is Trash Taste like the Rolling Stones at DreamHack?
We wish. But no, we're just, just three dudes, just talking about anything and everything, nerd culture stuff related. And yeah, we just go out there and have a good time.
Yeah, but people are into it. That's the fantastic thing. And it is, I mean, you're clearly your mates, and it just sounds so natural.
Yeah.
Just three guys sitting around having a chat.
Well, I think that's our main goal for the show is that, like, we kind of pose it in a way where it's like you're with us, like say you're at a pub with your mates and you're just talking, except there's a camera that's recording all of it. So that's the kind of vibe we want to try and give to our audience as well, like a very down-to-earth, natural type of talk show.
As I say, at DreamHack, all the nerds come out of their bedrooms to Rod Laver Arena to have this big experience together. It must be nice to meet people in real life,
Oh, yeah.
who are fans.
Yeah, I mean, when you see just like a number on a screen, it really does kind of take away from the fact that that is a lot of people, even like a video with 1,000 views, for example, if you put 1,000 people in a room, that's a massive room.
Yeah, it is.
So it really does, kind of humble you. And in my case, it very much encourages me to continue doing what I do, and the boys to continue what we do on Trash Taste. And yeah, it's a great feeling. It really does reassure that, like, oh, there's actual real people who watch our show.
There they are.
There they are.
Hey, Joey, great chatting to you. Welcome back to Australia. Congratulations on Trash Taste's
Thank you.
enormous success, and all the best with DreamHack.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Joey.
Thanks, Joey.